right, and welcome along to AFTV. Just before we get into the video, over to Cecil to tell us a little bit more about Parimatch UK.
How would you like to enhance your Euro 2024 experience? With £40 in free bets to use on the tournament, our friends over at Parimatch UK are offering new customers £40 in free bets when you bet your first £10 with them. Claiming the offer is simple. Just create a Parimatch UK account, opt into the promotion, and then place a £10 bet on any sports market with odds of evens or above. Remember guys, you must be 18 or over and a UK resident, and full terms and conditions apply with the link you need below. A huge thank you to Parimatch UK for sponsoring this video.
Back down here at the Emirates, the sun is shining. I've got my England shirt on. Turkish has got his Turkey shirt on. Representing Arsenal, big up.
Where's your Italy shirt?
Yeah, where's your Italy shirt, man?
I saw my Jamaican top,
We
really.
got away with murder against Croatia, I won't lie.
I tell you what, that finish to that game was absolutely unbelievable.
That
And
was
of course,
nuts.
Jorginho progressing. Do you know what? Actually, before we touch on the preview, do you realise that like a lot of our players now have progressed through to the next round, and a lot of our players are going to be playing deep into this tournament. You know, because what we got Trossard with Belgium, we got obviously the English players of Saka, Rice, Ramsdale, Raya. Reyes of Spain, Saliba,
France,
you know, all these players are going to be going far down into the tournament. You know, I mean, Jorginho, as I just said, you got the two boys over in Brazil as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, preparation-wise, and you guys check out Invincible Podcast, and we spoke a lot about this. Preparation-wise, will it affect preparations?
Yeah.
It will.
It's going to be interesting.
It will. You didn't speak about if one of the nations won it though. So say if England win it, normally the clubs allow the players to have an extra week. That's when the season would have started, an extra week or two potentially to enjoy the celebrations and whatnot. That's my worry. I know once the Euros are done, there's still a bit of time before they come back. But I feel like if a nation wins it, they get extra time off, which will really affect, I think, the preparations.
And like, you know what, physically and mentally, I mean, you can see the stress on those England players. You know what I mean? You know, mentally as well as physically, as I said. Look at Rice having to come out and give these little statements and all those things. Do you look on it and think to yourself, are these guys not going to be fully prepared for the new season?
I mean, it comes down to the character and the person as an individual. I mean, look at the way Saka progressed after the hell he went through in the last Euros. You know, he became better, he became stronger, and it's moulded him partly into what he is today. But we've also seen players go into international tournaments and not come back the same person, and it takes them a little while to get back to who they was. You know, David Beckham, for example, and what he had to endure after that World Cup. So it comes down to the personality and character now. I don't like how a lot of the English players are going about it, wrapping themselves in cotton wool and, you know, wanting to protect each other, because I feel like the expectation is there because the standards are set in a league season. And when you've got the player of the year in La Liga and you've got the player of the league in the Premier League and you've got an abundance of young talent, I think the expectation, you know, it's set in stone. So not to live up to it,
are we too entitled though? Because we haven't won.
I ain't having this Turkish fan coming in disrespecting, man, yeah? Because you know what, we could get you in the semi-final.
We could.
Right?
If you make it.
We're on the same side of the group.
If you make it.
If you make it.
We'll be there. I don't know if you're going to be there.
No, I don't know if you're going to
We'll be there. Austria first, then Romania,
where?
Netherlands.
You're going out, you ain't beating Austria.
There's no more Portugal.
Austria, a good side, man.
What was the last score against Austria? Yeah, there we go. There we go.
That's a friendly.
Will you be there?
Listen, they got to take that 6-1 and use it in this tournament and get past them. That's the perfect fuel for the fire we're about to see on Tuesday.
None of us should be confident.
Funny thing is, I'm pushing out my chest here.
Yeah, none of us should be confident.
We both have no right. I have absolutely no right.
We've been better than England. We've got 6 points. We've actually had a game where the two goal of the tournament
I think England have been.
Oh yeah,
I think England have been pound for pound the worst team of the tournament.
You know what? Worse.
Why? What for expectation and what they've done?
Pound for pound. Yeah.
Them and France.
Honestly, for the players they've got, the expectation. That's the thing with France. But with France, there's something a bit more undeniable about them. I don't know. They've been there
because they've won. They've won.
Plus as well. No, I'm with James, you know, because when you think about it, France are in a hard group.
Yeah.
Right. Their group is the group of death, right? Our group is the group of dead. I keep saying it. The group of dead. Where only one team won a game, which was England when they beat Serbia, right? That was the only team in that group that won a game. Every other game, apart from that, was a draw. I'm telling you, the group of dead, 4 dead teams.
Okay, but Robin,
James, you're right. Pound for pound. England have been the worst team. When you think of the expectations, when you think of the players we got, when you think of the group that we were in, and the way we struggled out of that group, I don't care what stats you come with, right? Because my eyes,
but
my eyes tell me.
You know this started, yeah? You know this started with Robbie pushing me, saying, "Don't let this tag."
I know he's like,
I apologise. Sorry, man.
But listen, the last Euros, Rob, the last Euros was in the group stage results that we played. Croatia, we won 1-0. They're a better team, fair enough. But it was a 1-0. We drew 0-0 to Scotland in the last group stage, and then we won 1-0 against Czech Republic. They're better teams, but we didn't.
Yeah, but we won 2 games in that, right? We only won 1 game in this, right? And the thing that's been really, really disappointing with England is that every team that puts a low block there, and that includes even before we got to the tournament, they can't break it down. And when you think of the attacking prowess that we have, that's unacceptable, man. We can't break teams down. That's what I noticed in that game against Slovenia.
You asked Turkish, could they come back, a little bit mentally kind of disappointed and hurt by what happened at the Euros and those performances, physically, mentally fatigued? I actually think playing for this England team right now is such a painful ordeal that they'll come back with a spring in their step because they're excited to play under Mikel Arteta again.
And to play proper football.
I've never been so grateful for Arteta as I have been watching England these Euros, because and I actually include Italy in that. Italy haven't been great, I'll put that there. But when I watch England, I'm like, where are the patterns? Why is there no one on the left? Why is everyone collapsing infield? Why can I not tell who's meant to be the 10? Why has Rice got no one to pass to? Why is he dropping in the back 4 to get the ball to play out the back when Stone's the best ball-playing centre-back in the world, maybe, or one of them? Like, there are so many questions in the way England play under Gareth Southgate.
And you know what, one big one, why does Southgate not see all these things that we all see?
I don't think he's capable of coaching it. This is a guy who was at Middlesbrough, then England under 21s, then England. He hasn't got... And yes, he's got a lot more coaching pedigree than we do, obviously. Of course, but he hasn't got like elite coaching pedigree. Not all managers at that level do, but he's not a Nagelsmann. He's not Mancini, who won it 3 years ago. Now, I'm not saying you have to be these guys, but over the years, we haven't seen enough from a tactical perspective. He's very good, I guess, at creating an environment for the players where they want to play well, where they're happy and all that.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah,
similar to that.
It's a similar comparison.
Ben White must be FaceTiming the boys.
Like, more in terms
look
of
low
counter-attacks, all that. I'm being serious. Southgate hasn't shown anywhere near enough for that. I look at Saka, isolated. Where are the combos? See how often Odegaard comes over. Can we find a 1-2? Can I at least drag a man away? Saka's got none of that around him. He goes, no, Trent's my midfielder. I'm going to give you the number 8. I didn't work for 2 games. Gallagher, you're the answer. So, Gallagher, we need to keep the ball. I'm lost. I'm sorry. He's a nice guy. I do want him to do well. He won't, in my opinion.
Is that it? Is it the manager completely? And is there not?
Yes,
is there nothing you can do with tinkering any of the positions for the players that could save, potentially us going further into
I do think some of the players can stand up. And again, I talked about personality and character coming off the back of a tournament. But if it's not going right on the pitch, until that half-time whistle goes, until that full-time whistle goes, you don't get to speak to the manager. So some of that emphasis is on you. And it's been stale for 270 minutes now? Yeah. So at what point do you say, some of these players, player of the year here, player of the year there, some of these players take the game by the scruff of the neck, do something a bit different. And listen, Southgate might not be happy with that. But sometimes the great players, the ones that stand out, are the ones that take the risk to stand out.
I feel like
the English players are hiding behind a lot of them.
He has been awful, but
the first game he's been awful.
He seems like a player that would take the game by the scruff of his neck, though.
Right.
Let me ask you guys this, right? Because this sparks a big debate. Like on DR Sports, they put out a caption about what Ian Wright's talking about, moving Saka to left back. Which, by the way, some of the stick that Ian Wright got over that. I mean, he's entitled to his opinion. I mean, what the hell, you know what I mean? But what would you guys make of that? Because there's a big clamour right now for Cole Palmer to start the next game because he came on and he did really, really well. By the way, for all those people who were hating on Saka, he did actually score a goal in that game. Yeah. And it weren't him who was offside, it was actually Foden. So, when you say he got no effect, he would never give us a goal.
Also got assist as well a lot in the game before.
And he had an assist in the previous game. But what about moving Saka to left back and Cole Palmer coming in on that right-hand side?
Not for me.
To take it first.
Not for
you.
You're
the tactical genius.
Oh, am I?
Zinchenko.
Is he in the midfield yet?
Let's not bring those ones up. I think Ian Wright is correct in that we need Saka out on the left in some capacity because he's the only one who's got the pace and drive. Now, by the way, this isn't how I'd have built the England squad, but this is Southgate's mess that we have to clean up, or we're putting suggestions forward. I think out on the left wing solves it more. I don't think left back's the answer, but I'm with you. We talked about Forever Arsenal. Like, the online world just absolutely lost it. And do you ever stop and look at something and go, this is all just a bit weird? Like, you sort of go, there's being outraged, there's having opinion, but then you sometimes look at this and go, you're not this upset about someone suggesting that a left back is someone who has played at left back before when the other fit left back isn't fit. Yeah, who's actually got a left foot and could. And also, if England are to dominate games, which everyone says England are capable of doing, then Saka would get himself up the pitch a lot in that game. It's not my answer. I wouldn't play him at left back, but I just didn't understand the uproar. So I would get him on the left wing though.
I think they were obviously annoyed that they thought that Ian Wright was picking between Cole Palmer and Saka and going for Cole Palmer, which is clearly not what he was doing, and he explained that as well.
But like, I watched the clip, it wasn't that difficult to understand.
Yeah, no, I know.
People made it some like Twitter rivalry thing. He's on TV.
You know how this space. You know,
he's trying to talk about. Well, we don't have a left back.
Yeah.
Who could we go to? Oh, that guy's played left back before. Like, I think it was that simple.
Yeah.
I think the idea is Cole Palmer's a better right winger than Trippier's a left back. Now, like I said, that's not my solution, but to call it.
He even said about
nuts,
Mitchell. He even said we should have bought Mitchell, and I thought we should have bought Mitchell. I love Mitchell, but as a Turkish, remember from back in the day, I think he'll be a good left back. And also on top of that, this argument could be relevant anyway because Shaw might be back anyway. So, but if not,
what's he going to be back like?
He's doing.
The guy's not played for months.
That's a good point, but he will offer more, I'm sure, than
We
Trippier.
just spoke about the intensity and the stress and all
that.
that.
Have you been watching the England games? The intensity is not high.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's probably why, because the players they're playing like they've got flipping weights on their shoulders, right? For him to drop straight back into a game like that immediately, I mean, that's a gamble. That's a real gamble. Yeah. I mean,
it's not a bad shot. I remember, funny enough, Steve mentioned it to me on one of our streams a few weeks before the Euro started, and the way I took it, I take it as a compliment more so than how people have taken it from Ian Wright in terms of disrespect. Yeah, because it's identifying that Saka is a key player. It's identifying that Saka is one of the players that can play multiple positions to a high standard. What's to be upset about? You know, I think fans need to grow up online as well. I remember they did the same thing with Henry when he questioned Arteta a few years ago. These are club legends. Yeah. These are players that have been there and done that for the club we love. Part of the reason a lot of these fans that are quick to turn, support the club because of the goals these players have scored, for example. So I think the online world needs to grow up a little bit. We've been saying that for years. I think when it comes to Saka, he's a great option in terms of if you have a left back who is able to bomb up, maybe Kyle Walker slots into a back three. We've seen that from Kyle Walker before, or maybe, you know, we bring in a right back that can slot in, which is difficult with the players he brought. Left wing is probably the preferable option.
I think. How about
Saka
play a
and
left
Palmer?
winger?
Yeah, Saka and
How
Palmer.
about play a left winger, right? Or how about, right?
He's gone back actually.
I said this earlier today. If you trusted Gordon, right? Because you know you left out your trusted players. You left out Sterling. You left out Rashford. Now you brought in Gordon. If you trust him, play him.
And you know what it is,
If you didn't trust him, why did you bring him?
And you know what it is. I'm not an England fanatic, but obviously I've got players that I love in the side. But I can't like.
Not made that clear.
Saka left back and Gordon left wing is quite exciting.
Yeah.
To see that, and maybe with the right back that comes into a back three, that allows Saka and Gordon to. England's left hand side has been
it's unseen.
Well, what they're doing is risky because they're scraping past.
The only thing about that Turkish, right, is the old club country debate now. Saka playing at left back.
What about
defending?
I get that.
More likely to pick up an injury.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
and he hasn't been that bad on the right
sure
side. People going on like overreacting like he's been
the
that
team's
bad.
been bad.
Yeah, exactly. But people, I don't know why everyone's just going straight to Saka.
It's because Palmer's the one that's exciting, the one that people want to see off the bench, and it happens to be the same position.
Okay.
Trent got the brunt of it initially.
Yeah.
Him and Saka.
Yeah,
Rice has got a lot.
He's got a bit.
Honestly, my
Kane's had a bit.
solution is a back three. I think this squad is made.
All right, you know what? I'm going to cut you.
build a team.
I'm going to cut you. I want you to give me your team.
Ramsdale and goal. Haven't been able to say that.
Club country.
Haven't been able to say that for a while. Ramsdale and goal. I'd go.
Seriously, Ramsdale and goal. You being serious?
Pickford, I don't care either one.
All right. There you go, Ramsdale and goal. Stick with
Pickford, isn't it? But if somehow I got the keys for the day.
All right, you got
Aaron's
the keys for
my
the day.
goalkeeper.
Ramsdale and goal.
Walker, Stones, Gehi as my back three.
Mm-hmm.
Trent, right wing back. Saka, left wing back. Rice and Wharton in midfield. I'd get Bellingham, Foden behind Kane.
That's a nice side. That's a very nice side.
Eze can go in that left front three as well, dropping in the 10 space, linking up. Saka
It's safe and attacking.
Well, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
What's your team?
I've said it before in this, we've done these shows before, we'll go Ramsdale. I'd rather keep Pickford in there because if Ramsdale comes in as a howler, mentally, the media will kill him. So let's keep Pickford in there.
Yeah, fair point.
Kyle Walker, right back. I'm going to stick with Gay and Stones. I think they've been fine. Left back, it depends. I would put, if Shaw's available, I'll put Shaw in there. I'll be real. I don't care if he hasn't had many minutes. Put him in there. And the same as before, Declan Rice alongside Bellingham. If Bellingham needs to get forward, he gets forward. Foden's going back though because of his the birth of the child. He'll be back for this game on Sunday.
I guess he'll be back though. The game's on Sunday.
Well, I hope he's.
He ain't exactly had to fly back across the world, is he? He's just coming back from Germany.
That's true. Okay, so two 8s really, but 6 and 8. Just make sure.
If it's not Foden, Palmer. Like they're
exactly. Yeah. So Foden or Palmer in the 10, but Foden would say. On the left, either Saka or Palmer, but both wings, Saka or Palmer, either way.
Yeah, bro, make it easy. Tell me 11. You give me about 12, 13 players.
Saka on the right, Palmer on the left. I've said this one already. Ollie Watkins up front. I think this is the last one we did last week.
I'm going with exactly what James about taking out Foden and putting in Palmer because I think Palmer deserves the chance. And if we'll move in Saka, it should be for Palmer and no one else.
Water, not Mainu for you?
Either or, I think Mainu's class.
Because he was good.
Class. I like Wharton's kind of 6 foot, left-footed, nice compliment to Rice in there. But yeah, Mainu's great.
I'm going Pickford in goal for the same reasons. I don't want Ramsdale getting those stick either, right? But the back 4, but including Shaw, if he's fit, even though I think it's a gamble to fling him straight in, but Trippier ain't done nothing for me.
Yeah.
And in a midfield of Rice, Bellingham.
Foden, not Palmer.
I'm leaving Mainu out. He played so well in that last game, you know.
Can't put Mainu. Yeah, but all of those 3 in the
Rice, Mainu, Bellingham. Saka on the right-hand side. Cole Palmer can come on later on, right? Yeah, great cameo, but he hasn't done it at 90 minutes. I'd still stick with Saka. Harry Kane, and on that left-hand side, Gordon. We need to see a proper left winger on the pitch. That would be my team. Would love to hear from you guys about, if you care. I mean, what your team should be. Also, let's get some predictions of Turkey. Turkey have got
Austria.
You
want the clip, yeah?
No, clip.
Yeah, I know the game.
Prediction, Turkey game, and then give us the England prediction.
And would you be doing a watch along? Most important.
Yeah, that's
I'm trying to be out there. If I'm not out there,
I think you should stay and watch along.
If I'm not out there, it's a watch along. 3-2 Turkey.
3-2 Turkey, and the England game?
Slovakia.
Tough game.
I'm gonna say 2-0 England.
2-0 England.
Yeah, 1-0 England.
Ugly 1-0 England win.
I think I'm going 1-0 as well.
Listen to us.
Can I put this out there as well because it is relating to England? I think Switzerland will beat Italy. I hate to say it, and I think Switzerland will knock out England. We'll see if we come to that, but they're to be fair. I think Switzerland will deal with both my countries.
Let's get the important question. If Switzerland win the Euros, Xhaka Ballon d'Or?
I'm seeing online.
Undefeated double with the
Euros. And then a Euro title.
All I'm saying is, did we get a buyback clause? I know we didn't appreciate you enough for 5 years in the 7, but who knows?
All right, guys, listen, don't forget to check out Parimatch, and also don't forget to check us out here on AFTV. We've got loads of great content, transfer daily, each and every day. We're keeping you up to date with all transfer news, with transfer updates and breaking news. And of course, we do our regular show where we all get together and discuss transfers as well. So we're all over it. I know it's been a little bit quiet so far, but I think it's about to get busy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. We've got a very, very special guest in the building today, one of the country's best actors. Ashley Waters in the building, man.
Hey, listen. This is amazing, man. I know you're going to do that whole, top boy, all of that stuff or whatever, but for me, this is crazy. I watch AFTV daily. Sometimes I get mad with you because you're, I know it's your job. And I'm like, no, you guys, you're saying it too much. Yeah. You know, all of that. I'm like, what's Robbie doing, man? The fans have changed, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The club's changed, the atmosphere's changed. I'd do it now.
So you drop everything?
I'd drop it all now.
No more top boy.
No more top boy.